Welcome back, everyone. It's Kirak here. Glad you could join me again. So this is part 2 of the XP Spider Spawner Farm. Wow, it's a mouthful. As you can see from the angle of vantage you have, I've already kind of laid out an idea where the walls should go that contain the spawners. Here, I'm going to jump up. So I've been watching videos online. Cranky actually recommended I check out the build that Zoomovoid did. What I'll do is I'll put a description, or actually a link to Zoomovoid's channel and Cranky's channel, specifically to the episodes that deal with building XP farms from spider spawners. So there is a certain logic as to the amount of space a spider can spawn in when you're from the spawner in an area. And the dirt that you see here follows those rules, giving me the allowable maximum area in which they can spawn. So the cobblestone that you're seeing are basically where the walls would fall. So you can see there's one right over here, closest to you. You see there's one over here represented in the wall. You'll see there's others all the way around. So because I have kind of a unique situation here where I have a double spider spawner, I'm going to be building one massive room based on the position of the outmost or the furthest most cobblestone from both of the spawners. As you can see here, here, and here. And what I'm going to build is basically a big room with a water stream at the bottom that carries the spiders out towards that sand block that you saw, or that you can see over there to the right of your screen. That sand block is the furthest I can stand away from the back spawner before it actually turns off. If I go one block further back, it'll actually stop or deactivate, and no more spiders will spawn from there. So right where I'm standing now, on top of this sand block, is where I'm going to put the contraption to crush and bring the spiders down to a one-hit kill. So I'm going to start building away, and what I'm going to do is basically give you a sped up footage view of the progress I do building the area. I'll see you guys as I do it. And there you have it, guys. The room in which the spawners are going to be located. And as the spiders spawn, they will drop down into water streams that start all the way back here and carry them forward to a channel which will lead them right to the crusher, which I'm going to set up here at the sand block. So I'm going to start working away at that, and once I got it already started and working, I'll show you, actually before I get it working, I'll show you the redstone involved, and then we'll take it from there. One of the things I noticed, because this room is much larger than it would be if this was a single spawner, to maximize the spawn areas in which the spiders can spawn, the water flow, if it starts at the back of this wall here where I'm standing, will only reach the end of where you see this dirt right here. So what I'm going to have to do is basically bring this level down one, and put another water flow from here that goes forward, and then a set of stairs that will bring them up. And that should still continue to work to bring them to the crusher over in that area over there. So I'm going to work on that and get it running properly. Oh, looks like I ran out of materials. I'll be back in a minute. And there we are. So what will happen is the spiders will come down the water stream like so, and then drop and into the lower level, and the water stream will carry them forward to a set of stairs that I'm going to place in this area. It'll basically be a row of stairs all the way across. So I'll set that up, and since I don't have any way of creating lamps, redstone lamps, because I haven't gone to the nether yet, right now, once I take out all these torches, I'll have no way of turning this off. So I got to make sure I do this correctly the first time, so that way when I'm using it, my being away from the spawner will cause them to despawn and deactivate the spawners. But when I come back into this area, it will reactivate them and cause them to start spawning. Later on, probably in the next episode, what I'll do is I'll make a portal, head to the nether, grab me some glowstone, and then set up a way of turning this on and off with lights and redstone. But I am running short on my redstone too, so I'm probably going to end up having to go and find some on the next episode as well. So I'll be back in a minute. Now all the signs are in place and they'll be able to hold the water. Let's place the water. And they should meet up in the center. One there. And the other one here. And they meet up in the center, and see how I disappeared behind that block? I'm going to set that up as a channel that leads to the crusher, which is going to be right about here. So one of the things I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be replacing the entire floor in this whole area here with glass. You got to remember that these two spawners are actually located underneath the slime spawn pads that I created in the last or few episodes back. And that means that in this open area, slimes will spawn, and I've actually had them spawn already. So by replacing them with glass, I read on the wiki, the Minecraft wiki that is, that they don't spawn on transparent blocks such as glass. So I'm hoping to minimize the spawns for slimes. I don't know if it'll work. I got a feeling it'll look kind of cool to have a glass floor. And what I'm going to do is, just as you see here, I'm going to set up the smooth stone bricks underneath it, and then every so often I'll probably put a pumpkin in to give light through the glass. So I'm going to set up the floor like that. And oh yes, I have to put a sign here, because this will now bring the spiders up towards the, like so, towards the actual crusher. So if I'm here and I get sucked in, I should go without any effort at all. There we are. So I'm going to replace this whole floor and set it up so that I have glass covering the entire floor. And then what we're going to start doing is sealing up the area where the spiders will spawn. It's going to be tricky because I got to get all those torches out of there before they kill me and then seal it up. So it's going to be a little bit of fun. Hopefully this is a spawn-proof floor for slimes. I'm going to start sealing up the... well, actually, I won't start sealing it up yet. I'm going to put a row of glass along this edge. That way I have a way to look inside as I'm on the crusher or on the crusher apparatus. Whoops. And hopefully it won't let that much light in to affect the spawning rates, that is. So at this point I'm going to build the actual crusher area as well as the mechanism for getting them across over to me, which is pretty much done. I just have to close it in. Then comes the dangerous part where I go in, turn off all the torches that are in there, seal it up, and get out. Hopefully I don't die. Okay, so in order to build the mechanism which will collect and crush the spiders, I'm going to have to tear away a bit of the glass. I'm not too worried about that. I can always make more. So let's block this, that way the water won't get in our way. We're going to be going too deep, like so. Now I brought some sticky pistons with me, so I'm going to place a sticky piston down at the bottom, and then on top of that will be the stone that does the pushing up. This is not the crusher. This one actually pushes the spiders up into position so that the crusher can come around and do its job. So we're gonna have to take out some of the glass here. I'm trying to build this by memory, so forgive me if it goes a little slow. Actually, you know what? That's the one with the piston. For now, I will put, yeah, I'll put that sand block that I had. That way I can identify it. Now, when the spiders come across this way, they gotta be in a 2-deep channel. So what we'll do is we will build a channel around it, like so, and then one more level up. Let's fill in these gaps for the glass. For now, whoops. Oh. And in a moment, I'll set up some stairs and a platform. But basically, that piston down there will shoot up when I hit a switch, and that will put the spiders into position to be crushed. And what I'm going to end up doing is replacing this block here, or actually I'll leave it as is. No, I'll remove it for now. I'll place the piston that will act as the crusher. There we go. And put that block back where it was. So that piston is going to push this block across and crush the spiders. There we go. Set of stairs will bring me up. And oh, I didn't craft any iron bars. I'm going to place an iron bar right against this block right here, and that'll keep the spiders from coming out as I collect them. So let's see here. Now it's a matter of wiring it up. The crusher piston that shoots out from back here, so you see it, I'm standing on it right now. This piston is going to be wired up, and I'm going to have to try and figure out how to hide the wiring that I need to use for it, where all I need to do is hit a button. When I hit a button, that will basically cause the piston to fire, squeeze them for an estimated amount of time just to bring their health down to one hit kill, and then once that's done, it'll retract, and then I can kill them off with either a splash potion or my fists. I realized I made a mistake. I had set two set of stairs on the sides of this main one. They're not actually supposed to go there simply because one spot, this spot here, is for the button, and the other spot, this spot here, is for the lever that will control the this one will control the piston that shoots up from below, while this button over here will control the crusher piston and the timing mechanism. So I'm going to set up the timing mechanism. Once I have it all set up, I will bring you guys back and explain exactly how it works. See you in a little bit. Alright, welcome back everyone. Probably took me about a half hour, 40 minutes to do all the wiring necessary for these to work. I want to show you what it looks like. Oh yeah, and you'll notice I put a couple of jack-o'-lanterns on this end, as well as one right over here where that iron bar is, just to light up the center of the room and this end of the room because it looked kind of dark to me. So if you follow me, let's go this way. Down here, what you'll see is a sticky piston that is controlled by the lever up there. And when that lever is pushed down, the sticky piston shoots down, and that block actually covers a hole that has a redstone torch inside. Let's see if I can reach it from here. No, I can't. Okay, give me one sec. So when I hit the switch, you'll notice that it releases or pulls away from the redstone torch. When this goes down, that redstone torch powers the other piston that's hidden in behind, and I'll show you that. So you can see the piston that's adjacent to the redstone torch, and when I flick the lever, what that does is it energizes the block that comes down, which in turn powers the piston on the side. And that's that sticky piston that you saw earlier with the piece of sand on it, which has now been replaced with a stone brick. So when I hit the switch, that shoots up and blocks off access for other spiders that come down from the spider spawner area. The other section is a little bit more complicated, and it's controlled by this button. It fires off the piston you see behind the pumpkin or the jack-o'-lantern. When I shoot this, you'll see that the crusher comes out, and this is where the spiders would be, and then gets retracted after a certain set amount of time, just so that they don't die and they become a one-hit kill. So the way I would do it is I would flick this switch first, which, flick this switch first, there we go, which seals them into the one block area and prevents others from coming through. And then I would simply hit the button on the left-hand side. When I hit that, the other piston behind the jack-o'-lantern shoots out, crushes them, brings them down to a one-hit kill, and then I can either throw a splash potion on them or beat them with my fists. So come on down, and I want to show you how the timing mechanism works. Alright, explaining this part of it might be a little more complicated, but I'll do my best. So when I'm hitting that button on the left-hand side up there, what's happening is there's a sticky piston that shoots down a block right over top of this torch that you're seeing over here, the redstone torch. When that piston comes down, that redstone torch powers that block, and in turn the power is transferred to this redstone dot that you see over here in front of me. That then powers this piston, and this piston is not a sticky piston, it is a regular piston, and that is important. The piston will shoot out and move this wooden plank over top of this other redstone torch. That in turn powers the plank, and the plank then sends power to the actual crusher piston, which is up there. As well, it sends it off onto the left hand side here to a series of repeaters, and I'm going to show you that right now. So while power is heading up to the crusher piston up at the top there, it's also running through all of these repeaters that you see here, and they're all delayed down to setting number 4, I think it is, or 1, 2, 3, 3 probably, except for these last two. They just have 1 tick each. So what ends up happening is it takes time for that power to come back around to this other piston here, which is also not a sticky piston. And when that piston gets power, it pushes the plank off of the redstone torch back into the off position where it is now. And that basically stops or allows the crusher to disengage. So I'm going to go up to the top, press the button, and give you a little demonstration of how it works down here. Be right back. So watch carefully as I strike the button, as one piston comes down and causes a chain reaction to the other piston, pushing the plank across. Now, both those pistons retracted, but the plank remained where it was. And as you saw the power come back from those repeaters, it pushed the plank off the main source. And that is how I time the crusher block. So I'd like to seal this up, but I'm not going to do that just yet, because in case I need to fiddle around with the timing, just so that I can get those spiders down to a proper one-hit kill. Now comes the most dangerous part. I gotta head in there where the spawners are, pull off all the torches, and then make my way out, and pray to God that I don't die in the process. First things first, need to create a new infinite spring. I got rid of the last one. And we're gonna have to use these buckets to place the water underneath the spawners. So let me fill my buckets. I'm going to have to make a few trips back and forth. The way I'm going to do it is I'm going to build troughs made of glass, and those troughs will hold the water, and then when I'm ready to come out, I'll just break the troughs. So here goes nothing. So I'm going to use these to hold the water. There we go, and on the lower level as well. Start placing some of the water right now. And I'm going to have to make a few trips in and out of this place. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is knock the ones on the walls off. Danger with this is that they can spawn up high in the dark areas, and then they'll just fall and attack me. You know, I just thought I could have put some jack-o'-lanterns in the center now, or up on the roof. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I'm poisoned, alright. Yeah, this is not going to work out. I'm going to die. Alright, I'm bailing. No, no, they're going to kill me. I just died. Okay, so I got back here, grabbed all my stuff, went down the main channel that they're supposed to come up, grabbed as much as I could, and then I just blocked it off. Alright, I'm going to try the other idea I had where I'm going to throw a bunch of jack-o'-lanterns in the roof, and that should light it up enough so that I can go in and take out the torches safely, and then I'll go up to the top and remove the jack-o'-lanterns. There. Alright, now that I've got this area cleared up, in future I can throw in actual redstone lamps where I'm going to throw the jack-o'-lanterns now. So I'm going to put the jack-o'-lanterns in, pray to God that it slows down the rate of spawning, and then I'm going to head back inside and try and take the torches down again. Okay, hopefully these guys will help me out. Let's head back and see if we can take out all the torches again. Come on, if you come through one at a time, I can take you. Dang, poison. Alright. I'm going to start removing the torches off the walls. And then I'm going to break the glass troughs. And that should allow the water to wash off the rest of the torches that are on the ground. So far, so good. Ah, damn it. Alright, time for me to make my way out of here. Whew. Man, that was close. But it worked. Close that door. And now I'm going to finish building this portion right here, which brings the spiders to the actual crushing mechanism. Let's do it like this. 1, 2. And they should be able to fit through there. Glass, glass, glass. Get rid of that one. There and there. And that's it. So it's all set. Now I'm going to head back up top, remove those pumpkins, and give her a test. And there we go. So they should start spawning. And they're going to be attracted to me, plus the water's going to be pushing them. So they should all end up in this one spot right here. So I'm not going to wait to see if it collects, you know, probably 100 or 200 that would need to reach level 30. I got a couple in here right now. I'm just going to test it out right away. So I block them in by flicking the switch on the right side. Now they're blocked into place. And then I hit the switch on the left, which is the crusher. There they go. They're getting crushed. And now they should be a one-hit kill. And sure enough, they are. Now I want to grab that stuff. I can just, whoops. Yeah, if I want to grab that stuff, once I have this ground sealed up, I can just go over to the side here, follow where the button is, and I collect all the loot. And that's pretty much it. So I'm going to clean it up nice. I'm going to make the room really, really, really clean. Block off all these entrances and exits. I got creepered once. Thank God it didn't happen while I was setting this up. And then when it's totally ready and set up, I will bring you guys back and show you what it looks like. And here it is, guys. It's actually the next day. I ended up going to bed after I finished what I did to the point that you just saw last. And I spent a few hours cleaning up the whole area, blocking off certain spots where there were mine shafts, but only in this room. As you can see at the entrance, I still have a lot of work to do. I got to join the stairwell all the way back to this room. And what I plan to do is have some storage bins in order to keep string and spider eyes. So if you look over here, you can actually see this in action. I have a few in there right now. If I hit F3, I can see that I got 43. So I'm going to close off the opening so no more can come through. And now I'm going to hit the little button on the left side. Oh, one got out. Yeah, so I've been noticing a couple have been glitching through the piston. It doesn't always happen, but sometimes they will glitch through, and if they glitch through, then they get out. So I might have to revise the way the piston, the crusher itself comes through. I might have to do like a double block or something like that. So let's kill them off. It should be single hit kills. Yeah. Now I know I'm using my sword, but I'm just doing this as demonstration purposes. And that was it. Collect all my loot, and I got XP. So I'm going to have to work on the design a little bit, but all in all, it works pretty well. And I had a lot of fun making it. So I'm going to head off. This is the end of the episode. Thanks for watching, guys. Oh, I should let those guys in. There we go. And I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.